Hi guys, welcome back. So in the previous session we have seen a couple of examples on a predicate, and today we are going to see one more last example on a predicate. So what is the major difference between the earlier examples and this example is the earlier examples were accepting a data type as a string or an integer for a predicate, whereas at this time this predicate is going to accept an object as an input and how it's going to work. So the requirement out over here is write a predicate to get all the employees whose salary is greater than or equal to 10,000 and their designation is a manager. This is what the requirement I have. So it means I do have an employee object with me. Within that employee object, we do have a multiple sets of users. In those multiple sets of users, I want to get a user whose salary is greater than or equal to 10,000 and their designation is a manager. Fine. So this is what my requirement is. So what I'm going to do right now is, so in order to maintain the complete employee details, what I'm doing means I'm creating a new Java class here. Okay, employee information. So I just created a new class. And for me, my major info that I need as part of my employee details are I need their name, their designation, their salary, and as well as their ID number. Okay, so string emp name, string emp ID. This is what an employment ID. These are the unique things related to an um, employee itself. String salary, string designation. Right. So that's fine. So usually EMP designation. Usually the salary would be in a double itself, but I'm defining it an integer, and the ID would also be an integer. I'm just defining integers. Two integers and as well as the two strings that I have defined, and I'm creating a constructor to pass on this particular data. Okay, I just want to pass on my data using this constructor. So string emp name, comma, int employment ID, comma, int salary, and string their designation. So I have copied all these four into this constructor, and now what I'm going to do is this dot employment name is equal to employee name, and this dot employee ID is equal to employee ID, and this dot employee salary is equal to salary, and finally this dot employee designation is equal to designation. So I'm just passing down all the employee information here. Perfect. Let me create a new class that should have my predicate information. So orange 18, this is a class that I'm creating with the main method. Okay, in this class, I just want to create my predicates. Okay, and here, guys, observe this requirement. My requirement is I want to create a predicate. Okay, that will work on employee information and it should filter the data accordingly. Okay, it should filter the data accordingly. So for for the predicate, we use it to give right a integer or a string. Now I want to pass on this employee information for this predicate. See, come here, predicate. This predicate will work on this employee information. P is equal to. I'm considering my employee details object as an EMP, And my requirement is, if you observe, salary greater than or equal to 10,000 and designation as a manager. So EMP dot, what is the salary variable that we have a defined? EMP salary, right? Before jumping on here, first of all, let us import this predicate. I'm just importing this predicate, and now whenever we type a EMP, it's populating the information, EMP salary greater than or equal to 10,000. And what is the condition that I want to verify additionally? EMP designation, which is equals to a manager. Okay, this is equal to manager. When these both the conditions are true, this predicate will return a true value. Okay, this predicate will return a true value. That's fine. We have created a predicate. But the thing is, as of now, we don't have any data for that particular class. So that's the reason what I'm doing right now means I'm just creating an array list. Array list of, and this time also I want to pass the employee details itself, new employee information of this employee details. Okay, my array list is talking about, see here, array list space or array list of these employee details, which is a list, new array list. So it means this list is going to hold this employee information. So what I'm going to do right now, list dot add. So I want to pass on the employee details here, new, and what I want to do, new here. I'm just creating an object for that and I'm passing that information. As I have a constructor, I need to pass on those details. Surendra, and the second argument for this particular one is an employee ID. Maybe I can pass it as a 1, 2, 3, 4. The third one, what is the third one that we have? Is an employee salary. Again, I'm giving it as a 10,000. And the fourth one is a manager. So this is the first entry that we have in that particular list. So assume that I have a six different entries. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, and then 2, 3, 4, 3, 4, and 1,000, 100, 1 lakh, 10,000, 20,000, 15,000, designation manager, senior manager, lead, tester, again a manager, again a consultant. Assume that I have these designations and their names are Surendra 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and a 6. Perfect. So I have a list of objects which has a six different sets of data with me. As of now, my predicate should work on all these lists. So the only thing that I can do is I can use a for loop for, okay, employee details basically, okay, for employee details of EMP info colon. Okay, so whatever the data we have inside the list, get one after another and store it in an EMP information. Now, the only thing that you need to pass is for this predicate, you need to pass on the employee data. So P dot test of EMP info I'm passing. If that condition is true, system dot out dot println data is, okay, I want EMP info dot name of that particular employee, Okay, sorry, it should be a name of that particular employee plus, okay, not only the name, I want to get, okay, I want to get their designation plus I want to get their salary as well. Dot employee salary. That's it. So I just want to print this information if the condition is matching. That's it. So here, if you observe how many users are there which are satisfying these two conditions. See, here is a manager. Of course, his salary is greater than 10,000. Surendra 5 entry will be printed. And second, we have another manager whose salary is 1,000 itself. Hence, it's not going to print this one. Only out of these six records, only one entry will be printed as an outcome of this predicate. Let me run my test script and see. So this is the way, guys, how you need to create. Okay, my entry got a retrieved. Okay, for suppose if I change this one to the lead designation now. I don't want my managers. I want a leads whose salary is greater than or equal to 10,000. I have a one lead and I have one consultant too. Okay, but I'm looking for only for a lead. When I run my script, only one person information will be retrieved. So this is the way, guys, how we are going to use a predicate on a different data types basically. Okay, depending on our requirement, you will be passing down this predicate information, guys. Okay, good. Done the deal. Go ahead and practice these concepts. If you have any questions, do ping me in this comments basically. And if you like this video, do like, share, subscribe. Okay, thank you very much. Bye bye.